The truth is that everything in the universe has an impact on everything. We live in a vibrational universe. Matter, and certainly she can explain this in a more scientific way, but matter is vibration. And all matter, no matter what it looks like, is vibrating light, vibrating energy. Physics has looked at this for decades. So whether it's you as a body, a star, this rug, a piece of paper, a piece of music, it's all vibration in a different form, condensed matter, frozen matter, if you will, frozen light. And we know that matter changes. If you take ice and you change the energy by adding heat, it suddenly, that it looks like it disappears, it turns into water. If you add more heat, it turns into steam. It looks like the matter's gone. It's not gone, it's changed form. So all of us are just forms of matter, and every relationship we have, and relationship not just with the person, but with objects, is vibrational. Physics can measure the vibration coming off of different objects, how energy moves in waves through time and space, etc. So that's a non-physicist description, just from my own work with my soul shifts teaching, etc. With that said, just a basic understanding, we all know from our own experience, everything affects us vibrationally. If you look at a beautiful piece of art, you feel better. If you hear a piece of music that uplifts you, you don't just like it, it shifts your mood. We know what music to put on if we want to feel better, etc. Calligraphy, from my understanding, is not just something that looks beautiful or appealing, but has an intentionality of the master calligrapher, who is actually putting in a certain kind of energy through the brushstroke, through the movement. So it's the movement of energy, the movement of spirit, if you will, onto paper with a particular recipe, which has to do with the characters, etc. In the same way that if we hear music, it has particular notes that either make us happy, sad, etc. So the actual energetic of the calligraphy vibrationally is from the person doing the art, and from the intention of what it's doing, and from the characters themselves, which by the shape, by the energy, contain a certain, if you will, vibrational message. So when Dr. Master Sha offers calligraphy, and just watching him do that, you can feel something is happening. But it's not just happening haphazardly. It's actually a science. And in the same way that we all know we're affected by many things, we can be affected by that ancient art, especially with a master who is infusing it with the transmission of a certain kind of intention, ancient symbols that have been used for thousands of years, in the same way some people understand mantras or chanting, for instance, which would be the audio version of vibration. This is a visual version of vibration. So it's a vibrational package on paper that has an impact on you that you may not be able to register immediately with your brain, but has a very powerful impact on the heart. These days, yoga is so common. You have YMCAs have yoga, there's yoga shows on PBS. You know, yoga, which when I began my own spiritual path in the 1960s, no one ever heard of it. It was something strange people did from India, etc. Now what people understand, and we're talking about the physical asanas of yoga. Yoga actually means union. That the science, in that case, of putting the body in a certain position moves the essential energy in the body, recalibrates the body, and is good for certain kinds of ailments. So for instance, in the science of yoga, there are certain asanas that would be good for a certain ailment, good for a certain mood, etc. That's not an exact comparison, but it's the idea that certain vibrational configurations will then clear up space for natural healing in the body or bring certain kinds of energies to the body. This is a comparison that perhaps will help people understand that every day, you know, again, even the idea, the simplest idea of putting on music, if you want to be happy, you're not going to put on music to make you cry. How do you know that it does that? Even if it doesn't have words, if it's a classical piece, something about the notes, the minor key. So everything is vibration, and it affects us with specific, not just uplifting or not uplifting, but very specifically. We may not be able to measure how things affect us or a person affects us, but it's affecting us very, very specifically. The measurement of it, I know nothing about. But I do know that it's beyond just, I feel good, I don't feel good. It's recalibrating the nervous system.
Yeah.
It would be the same thing that we do, anything that we do. You could go to, for instance, say one Hail Mary, or you could say Hail Mary, on the rosary. You don't just say one bead, that's it, for anyone who's Catholic. You say it over and over, and something happens, you see. So to me, there's a shifting of the nervous system, a refining of the nervous system, almost like you're tuning into a different channel, and you're getting the channel, and you're getting your brain and your neurons to be able to tune into that channel, which, from his understanding and mastery, is a particular channel of healing. So repetition is a part of many things we do. Even, when you go to the gym, you don't say, okay, that was it for that bicep. You do reps because it's training the muscle. So I think we all have repetition as part of our life, which would support the understanding of how Dr. Master Sha teaches how to use his calligraphy.